You're watching the Underground Pub Show right here on the Pimpy K Multiverse Network.
Hey, what's up, guys, and welcome to the first ever episode of the Underground Pub Show here on the Pimpy K Multiverse Network. My name is Schreiber. Is that funny? Is that funny, Kenny?
I'm CJ.
I'm Bobo.
And this is our first episode. Thank you all very much for tuning in tonight. We've spent a lot of time working on this, months working on it, and here we are now. Like, how you guys feeling about it so far?
I'm feeling pretty good. It clearly shows how much work we put into it so
I know,
far.
right?
Yes, it shows I put in less, unfortunately. But I was out of the country. But
You were out of the country.
Yeah, enjoying time over there in England.
yes, I was in jolly old England town. It was a good time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, before we get into this whole show that we have that we've been working months on, Bobo, you just got back into the country. What, like yesterday?
It was yesterday around 10. Well, I got back to the U.S. yesterday around 3, but I flew on Delta, so I didn't get to Pensacola till about 10:30. Had like a 4-hour delay.
4-hour delay, huh?
Yeah, it was great, good times. But some people had like way more than that. The average delay I think was like 8 or 9 hours.
Really?
So it wasn't that. I really can't complain.
Where were you flying out of in England?
I flew out of Manchester with Virgin Atlantic, which was great. If you ever fly to Europe, fly Virgin. It's probably the best. I've flown on many different, I guess, airline outfits, but Virgin Atlantic was probably the best one I've ever flown.
Okay.
And then once I got to the U.S. in Atlanta, then it turned to Delta, and then everything just went shit house. I was like, I'm gonna swear. Can I swear? But yes, everything went fucking shit house. It was I mean, they were
the man behind the curtain. What's your language, sir?
They did the best they could with what happened, but I mean, you just seen there's like a help desk there.
Yeah.
You couldn't see any help desk. All you saw was like hundreds of thousands of people, and you knew there was some people back there that they're all talking to and yelling at, but you could never see them or get to them. It was just crazy.
So you were just like kind of part of a giant clusterfuck for like the entire.
I just ate fried chicken and drank beer while I was there. It's pretty much all I did. They had a Popeyes right next to my terminal, even though they kept changing the gate that my plane was flying out of, and I went to take a shit. I was like, okay, it just moved here. It's gate 29. I'm going to go take a shit. I take a shit. I come back, and all of a sudden my plane says Tampa, my gate. They're like, what the fuck just happened? And all the people that I was sitting there with, that are going to Pensacola, they're all gone.
Yeah.
And there's like one big sign you can go to, and you press your finger on it, and you like click on P, and it'll bring up all the planes are going to places that are safe with a P. Yeah. Of course, there's like 50 people in front of this fucking sign. Half of them are like Germans and Cossacks and freaking Russian people, and everyone's like clicking letters at the same time. And I just had to get like, fuck you guys, I'm from here mode. I just got in the back, like, hold on. I just put it right away. Got all angry black man American, and then this one was like, supposed to be in like Pensacola 1236. All right, it's at gate 4. So what the fuck's gate 4? It's at 29. I go walk over there. This little lady with a child was like, can you press on San Antonio for me? I'm like, yeah, hold on, motherfuckers. I go to San Antonio and pull it up, find her flight. And she's all excited. Then we just leave. But yeah, it was chaos. There's no one like to help you. There's like the only people that were there were like people trying to offer you sky miles, like Delta people, or nowhere to be found. Other than people at the desk. And each desk had like one lady there just getting absolutely just ran over by everybody asking for help.
So you didn't get any like upgrades or anything for inconvenience having to eat chicken and red beans rice?
I actually got a drink on the plane. The plane from Pensacola to Atlanta is so quick. By the time you get your altitude and they can serve drinks, and they get halfway through the plane, you're already descending again, and then the drink people go away. So half the plane didn't get drinks.
So
you've got like a 20-minute like window where you can get like drinks.
And of course, there's 3 concession girls, whatever the fuck they are, stewardesses, air hostesses, stews, 3 of them, but they all bunched up to begin the plane and slowly start walking together rather than going the front and back and work towards the middle. It was just dumb. I don't know. It's Delta, but again, Delta's not as bad as AT&T. If you ever go overseas, just don't use AT&T. It's a fucking shit show.
So what was your final bill for your time
I
over
don't even
there?
know yet. I know I went 101.2 gigs over my data allowance.
Ouch.
I don't understand how they don't have a set plan over.
I don't know.
That is
They said I had to
crazy.
use an old phone and use a SIM card. And I'm like, I don't fuck. If I wanted to fucking use an old phone, I'd have my old phone. I don't have an old phone because I don't want my old phone. Why do I want an old phone for? Just gonna hang out with an old phone. What the fuck am I doing that for? So whatever. Now you got me all mad. Getting all frustrated.
So,
We're
But I'm
starting the
here now.
inaugural cast off on the right way. Just anger.
Nothing about sports, just anger
Yeah, I
about
know.
AT&T
Yeah, like-
and
Just
Delta.
ranted on businesses.
Just
yeah.
anger. Just
No
sheer
sponsorship
anger.
for us from AT&T or Delta in the future.
So how was the Olympic reaction over there in England?
You know, they love the Olympics over there. They really, really like the Olympics. But the weird thing is, though, is that when we're watching over there, you don't really, like, their general coverage is usually, like, if there's a Russian athlete that's good at such a sport, that's what they're going to show. Mm-hmm. And they're going to show him or her doing that. If there's no English person involved in the event, it doesn't matter. They're just going to show this event that this Russian person is known to be really good at. Like, okay, we're going to watch him do this event. At first, it's kind of cool, but then, like, we missed the girls' gymnastics. We missed all of them. None of them were shown on the rim. All that stuff, even the English girls' gymnastics was shown maybe once. But whenever, which is weird because you think that's the best person to show, but they kept showing these other European people that weren't English. I don't know. It was really weird how they had it set up.
So what was the reaction to someone like Michael Phelps that does well for the U.S.? Did they ignore that?
No,
or-
they like it. They do like that stuff. They like people that win. Like I said, they don't care where you're really. I mean, they prefer England to win, but I mean, I think they're almost over it. Like, you know, fuck America. They're just gonna fucking win everything. Let's just watch. Let's just watch and see how. Let's just
Yeah,
watch.
right.
Like a lot of people like watching basketball. You'd be surprised how many. Like, we met an Irish bartender in Liverpool, who, when we walked in, we're talking about basketball, and he said something like, "Do you guys like Cleveland Cavaliers? Do you guys like LeBron James?" And I'm like, he looked at me like he was pissed. I was like, no, man, he's all right. He's pretty good. He goes, oh, you're right. And then he started giving me my drink. And then he started talking about basketball with my other cousin that's also is a Heat fan.
Mm-hmm.
They're going back and forth about if LeBron should have stayed or left and all that. But he actually knew a lot of stuff about basketball. And just hearing this Irishman, like real Irish accent dude
Sure.
with the red hair and everything, talking about basketball, it was actually pretty cool.
That'd be a great guy to talk to right now
Yeah.
because I don't know if you saw today, but the Americans, our American men's basketball team, nearly lost to Australia today. They ended up winning by about 10 points. I think it was 98 to
10
88.
points.
Well,
They
Australia was leading the whole time.
The whole game, yeah. We sat there and kept track of it the whole time today, and apparently the Americans in the last siege and the fourth quarter pulled it out. But that's crazy though. I mean, like everybody always thinks the Americans are like just so dominant in the Olympics as far as men's basketball goes, and here they were nearly losing to a team that. I mean, I don't know this for certain, but I'm pretty sure Australia has no NBA players on their team. Like, we'd have to look that up, I guess, but I don't think they do.
I can't.
I have a
can't think of
working
any.
theory on that.
What's that?
Now, you have seen Brazilian women. I'm
I
sure
have,
you guys
yes.
have seen Brazilian women.
I know they exist.
On several
often known
websites,
for
yes.
having big asses. We also
is that-
know that our NBA players are black. And most
No.
people think that black guys mostly like big asses. I actually like tits, but I can go and appreciate the fact that most brothers do like big asses. Do you know that the NBA players were recently caught in a brothel, but they said that they were looking for a health spa and they took the wrong turn? And they have pictures of them all in this brothel. Probably didn't make news over here. Made news in England, though. That's all I'm saying about that.
So they got lost.
Some
in the-
folks are a
that's
little worn out.
helpful.
No, go ahead. If you're at home right now, feel free to Google it or go to bbc.com, look it up there. I'm sure they'll show you. But yes, they were in a brothel, and their excuse was we were looking for the spa.
Looking for the spot.
We took the wrong turn. I don't know
And then
about
they
you or anyone else, but if you ever go to any country in the world, the difference between a health spa and a brothel is pretty fucking apparent once you walk through the front door. I don't think there's any confusion after that. I don't need to sit there and decide, let's keep going further. Maybe she's just over there giving him a hand job because I don't even know. I don't know
That's
why.
just
they're
the
really
customs
doing
over
it.
here.
Yeah, exactly.
That's just what they
It's
do.
Brazil. They like the carnival and hand job in hallways. It's all right. It's healthy. So yeah, so maybe that's my working theory. They're warned the fuck out.
They have soccer and hand job brothels. That's what they do.
Exactly.
I'm sorry.
Yes.
Football.
Football and handball.
I want to be correct when I talk about Brazil.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And football and handball.
Well, cool. Now that we got our first episode off to the off in the right way.
Yeah.
Like I said, this is our first episode, and you right over there, Kenny?
And now, a moment.
Wrong one.
A moment.
Our producers give me hand signals and all kinds of stuff.
More hand jobs and corners.
Hand jobs here in America, man.
Jeez.
But
At least we don't have to pay for it.
yeah.
That's what you think.
That guy's dunzo.
Thank you, Special Ed, for doing all this for us. Appreciate that.
So what's for the agenda for today, man? What are we talking about,
We
brother?
got a lot of things to talk about today. With football season literally starting technically tomorrow as far as preseason goes, we're going to be today focusing on the NFC and the AFC East. We're going to go do a rundown on all these teams, do our reviews on them and whatnot. Our phone lines are open. My man Pippy K over here is going to be broadcasting the number for y'all to call in and talk to us. It's just, especially if you're a fan of the NFC East or AFC East teams, please call in and talk to us and give us hell about whatever you want to talk about.
Preferably no Cowboy fans.
Yes, preferably no Cowboys fans, but we'll deal with it if we have to. We'll deal with it if we have to. I mean, they're out there. They're America's team, bro.
Yeah, they are everywhere. No matter where you live, the Cowboys will be on.
There's a fucking Cowboys fan somewhere out there.
Absolutely.
So we'll have to deal with that tonight. In the future with this show, we've got...
My bad.
Just kidding, you guys.
It's like, screw what I have to say, Like,
I was trying to add your fucking hotline number.
All right, so apparently all of Australia's starters.
Producer fail. That was a huge producer fail,
No,
not
no, no.
us.
I fucked up.
It's
I have
Fine
to-
over here.
I have to make a correction. All of Australia's starters were NBA players.
Were they really?
Apparently, yes.
I was
Okay.
about. Yeah, fair enough.
See, I didn't
Right.
know that, so I apologize for what I said earlier. I did not know. Like,
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, but
I mean,
was
you
close.
just said they were starters, so you must know.
that's what my phone said. So, yes.
That's awesome.
There.
Good for Team Australia for almost beating the Americans in basketball in the Olympics.
I don't know.
But it didn't happen. So,
Waffles.
but yes, we're gonna be talking about the NFC East and the AFC East today. In the future with this show, there's a lot of things we'll be doing a reoccurrence on. Our big thing is the triple. Every week we're gonna have 3 players that are our triple, our 3 all-stars of the week. And we'll also have our bottom shelf bum that we're gonna be doing every week, which is the player that sucks the most out of every week. And at the end of the month, we'll be doing the bottom shelf bum that sucks the most out of the entire month. So that's happening with this show. Bobo, CJ, you guys want to comment
My
on
number's up.
all the...
Oh, the hotline number is up. If
hotline-
anyone wants
The
to call
hotline
in.
is up, so you can call us, and we
call in
can
and
talk
talk to us.
about the NFC East and the AFC East,
Or
and
Brazilian
apparently the NBA players that play for Australia,
Yeah.
which
yeah.
I had no idea.
All of
Yeah,
them.
that is new to me. That is very new to me.
The only thing I think about Australia is Crocodile Dundee, and I think Hugh Jackman is Australian.
Oh, there's a metal band
And-
from Australia called Parkway Drive that's really popular. In fact,
Yeah.
they're internationally popular. So
Kyrie Irving's also from Australia.
is he?
Yep. His
Shut
dad
up.
played
Right.
international and he was born over there.
Then why didn't he play for Australia?
CJ's favorite band, Silverchair.
Because
Silverchair is amazing. Frog Stomp, one of the greatest CDs of all time, man.
Really? That's such an awful album, dude.
Dude,
Like-
Israel's so
no, it's okay.
No, well, they came popular after like Nirvana, and I thought they were kind of like
After
a
all the
rip-off.
good music died and shot itself, Silverchair became quite popular.
They were amazing the year 2000. That was like,
They had a great year 2000, man. They wrote a song about it and everything, dude. Like,
absolutely, and we will also be talking about the NFC East and AFC East fantasy duds and studs.
Yeah, that's
Not
good.
the obvious, so we won't be talking about Tom Brady, but we have a few sleepers involved. So if anybody plays fantasy,
Fantasy
be talking
Sports Update with this dick, CJ.
that's true. I am a dick. And that's
CJ will get you third place in every league you play.
Every-
I am-
guaranteed. He is
you
guaranteed.
won't,
at
you
least
won't
get
finish
third
last.
place.
You will not get a Sacco trophy.
If you need to get
third
place,
but you won't win.
he is
will
your
not
man.
win.
He is specialized in third place.
I like to fall just short of the trophy, and I have defended the third place championship
Do you want your money back? Why not? You turn your money back.
I play for free.
There you go.
Yep.
Not knocking it.
You don't win anything, but I mean, who
Well, I
cares
mean,
about
I
winning,
don't lose either.
Yeah, exactly.
No,
he has to banter and have fun.
That's right. I'm just there.
Dude, you're like the Baltimore Ravens of fucking fantasy fucking football, dude. Love
Well,
it.
they're good.
Yeah, but I mean, like, other than that, like,
You're not good.
I am good as well,
That's
but no,
funny.
the Ravens are good as well. They're usually in the conversation. They got Flacco. And,
oh, dude, Flacco's great, right? Like, I mean,
he is one of the highest paid quarterbacks in the NFL right now.
yeah, over Drew
This
Brees,
guy's
right?
Dunzo.
That doesn't matter.
And also, I want to mention that myself and one of my co-hosts have a season-long bet between the
Yes.
New Orleans
It won't
Saints
last
and the
all
Green Bay
season.
Packers.
It will be decided rather quickly. It won't last all season.
Yeah, this is something
no.
that this is essential to the show. Shit, what was it? A little less than 2 months ago, the three of us, after a meeting that we had with this show, we all went to a bar local here in Pensacola, and we're having some drinks. These two decided to make a bet. Bobo here being a Green Bay Packers fan, CJ over here being a New Orleans Saints fan, they decided to put a wager on who's going to do better this season between the Green Bay Packers and the New Orleans Saints. And I'll let you guys go ahead and describe the bet from here.
Okay, so the bet is between Drew Brees and that terrible quarterback for Green Bay, Aaron Rodgers. Yeah, that's a new team. Whoever has the best stats and whatever team finishes better, the other person has to get the number of that quarterback tattooed on their body. So if Bobo loses, Drew Brees has a better year, he has to get a black and gold number 9 somewhere on his body. And if Aaron Rodgers and the Packers have a better year, I got to get a green and yellow number 12 somewhere on my body. Undisclosed.
So yeah, that now that it's live on the internet, that bet is stone cold solid.
It's locked. People can hold me accountable for this now.
Yes.
I honestly can't. And I like the New Orleans Saints too, but I honestly cannot wait to see the end of this. Just I don't really care who loses. I mean, I hope that he loses just because, like I said, I'm a Saints fan, but I really don't care. It's going to be hilarious as fuck, like whenever somebody loses and has to get that tattoo.
Which, by the way, will be recorded on camera so everybody
On
can
this
see
show.
the tattoo being put on Bobo's body. And Paul Christopher Gleason will be paying for all of it.
Yes, he will.
Oh, really?
Appreciate
Yes,
it, Gleason.
He does not know that yet, but Chris Gleason will be paying for it.
The same night this whole bet came together, we were all so liquored up and going crazy that me and Bobo decided to make another bet to where, because like I said, I'm a Saints fan too, we decided to bet who was going to rush for more yards this season. Eddie Lacy with the Green Bay Packers or Mark Ingram with the New Orleans Saints. Ironically, both Alabama running backs, but that's neither here nor there. But that's a $50 bet that we have going on. Cheers, sir.
Cheers.
So that'll be a fun. So we have a lot of fun things to look forward to at the end of this season. This tattoo, him giving me $50, it's me great. Really excited about it.
Sorry to interrupt, but the Australia team, apparently they had Andrew
Back to
Bogut,
this Australia team.
the Deladova guy that played for the Cavs, and 3 quote-unquote boo-boo players, can't remember the names, but Marv Albert said they were all in the NBA.
Who's the source you're going? Why don't we just? You can just.
My
like,
sources
wiki it.
are
Just
not
Google.
available.
Just Google. That
Why
guy
don't
seems
anybody ever
confused.
talk about Marv Albert and his panties in the mouth situation?
Who the fuck knows? You know what's funny too? Like the bass player of my band literally just sent me a text saying Australia has 5 NBA players. And as long as I've known Chris Tate, he's never been that big of a sports guy. So I'm kind of shocked that he sent me
People
this
like to
while I'm on
call
the air,
people out
like,
and correct them when they're live on the air. I do it.
We do
Yeah.
have a live chat, so if anybody
Yeah.
wants to comment on us being stupid, you feel free to do it. I
Yeah.
can't see it.
I'm working on
Oh.
that.
We're about to see the chat. We do have a live chat if you're
we do,
chatting.
Yeah.
There you go.
Hell yeah.
Who's the hottie in the middle? That's obviously Tara. No.
That is true. I would do anything for Drew Brees.
All right,
I mean-
so with that being said, guys, we're going to go ahead and take our first break. We'll be right back in just a minute. When we come back from our break, we're going to talk about the NFC East and the AFC East. So if you're fans of those teams, call in. If you're not a fan of those teams, call in, talk to us. We'll be back in about 5 minutes.
Roughly, yeah.
You're watching the inaugural episode of the Underground.
The Underground Pub Show on
The
the
show
Pimpy
that
K
you're watching right now, the
Multiverse
Underground Pub
Network.
Show on the Pimpy K Multiverse Network.
You got it right.
We're getting ready, going over some plans, and I don't know. It should, I'm hopefully it'll be fun, and I don't know. So, but yep, should be a good time. Hopefully, we'll have at least 20 viewers watch us.
How nervous are you, CJ?
I'm nervous. Hopefully, I have like 20 viewers. Shriver's like so chill and just ready to go, and I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing. Okay. Well, I love you. I appreciate it. I just want to call and say what's up. Yeah, it starts at 8, so I got like an hour and a half-ish. Alright.
How you feeling, Brett?
I'm feeling pretty good, man. I'm not nervous whatsoever. We're going to kill this.
You didn't have to talk to your girlfriend about how nervous you felt?
No, man. Only a vagina would do that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, that's good.
Yeah. Let's kill it, bro.
All right, let's do it.
Two Saints fans and a guy who doesn't hate his life. It's the Underground Pub Show.
All right, welcome back to the Underground Pub Show on the PPK Multiverse Network. Right now, we're going to go into our NFL division breakdown. We're going to start with the NFC East and the AFC East. We're going to first talk about the Cowboys and then get into the Patriots. The Cowboys, do they take the step and win back the division? Bobo, your thoughts?
I think they do, actually. I think the Cowboys... I hate saying that this is going to be one of those years for them, but I really do. It looks like they got a lot of pieces that they needed. The coach now, at first he just didn't seem really comfortable out there as a coach. He seemed more of just a guy that was kind of trying to get by, but now he actually seems more comfortable in what he's doing, and the team is buying into him. So, and all the shit people say about Romo and his fourth quarter meltdowns, dude. That dude can play. He can play pretty damn good.
When he's healthy, Romo always seems to do the trick, man.
Play.
He is coming off an injury, a major injury, which cost him a big chunk of last season. And we saw what the Cowboys went to when Tony Romo got hurt.
But the year before that, we also saw what they can do with Tony Romo and a Des Bryant healthy.
Yeah.
They went right to the playoffs, had a controversial game there where they lost, but
I think it was a catch.
You think so?
I don't like the Cowboys, but it was a catch.
Yeah.
Tony Romo proved his worth throughout the years, in my opinion. Without him, they are garbage, but they have a top offensive lineman. They got a great running back from Ohio State that has all-world potential and fantasy potential, if you pay attention to that. I think as long as the defense shows up, I think they got a chance. They got a better chance than anybody in that division.
Now, with that division being said, say just Tony Romo goes down, but we don't know who their backup quarterback is right now because Kellen Moore is
he's
done
out
for the year, or he's done for at least a little while. They don't know who their backup quarterback is right now. They got the quarterback from Ole Miss in the draft, so he's a potential person to step into that position. However, say Romo goes down, but we got a healthy Des Bryant, the offensive line still good to go, and Ezekiel Elliott's good to go. Can the Cowboys still pull off a potential run for that title without Romo?
Quick answer, no.
No.
No?
No. Not many teams can make a run for the title without their starting quarterback.
Yeah.
No.
In my opinion. I mean, there's a few out there that can, but not a lot.
I mean, it's very rare when you see the top quarterback go down and the second stringer, the backup, takes the team on his back. I mean, Tom Brady's probably the most famous
that's the first thing's
example.
going to pop in your mind, and one of the last things that pop in your mind is Tom
Matt
Brady.
Castle had a fantastic year with the Patriots.
Patriots,
Made a ton of money from that 1 year. But I've actually heard that the Cowboys are looking to trade for a backup veteran like Josh McCown with the Browns. They've been talking about it.
Yeah, I've read a lot about that. I mean, he's still with the Browns right now, but I mean, what do the Browns really have to gain from trading him to the Cowboys? Like, what can they get from that? Like,
they're in full-on rebuild mode. They realize where they're at. That's why they had so many draft picks that they had this past off season. If they go and trade Josh McCown, that's just an extra pick that they can use to build for the future. And it gives the Cowboys a steady arm to back up Tony Romo in case something happens to him.
Which is almost inevitable.
We need a new word, by the way. If you rebuild for over 10 years, there needs to be another word you use instead of rebuild. After a decade, that's like,
I think it's been longer than 10 years, honestly.
Well, that was the benefit of the doubt I just gave him for that. Anything over a decade. A decade just sounds fun, too, but...
I mean, just out of curiosity, can you look this up for us? When was the last time the Browns made the playoffs?
2007, from what I remember.
I'm sorry, I forgot to have CJ right here.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Was it 2007?
Yes.
I know his texter person will let him know if he's wrong, though.
I believe the orders out to me, honestly.
I believe it was 2007, and they made it. Honestly, I think that was the last time. Unfortunately, the Browns have my Saints number. But other than that, the Cowboys and the Packers for one. Look at the numbers. Look at the recent victories, brother.
I'll look at the numbers.
Well, I mean, who
and
Who won the game the last time the Saints and Packers played?
I believe it was the Saints.
Was it the Saints? Okay.
Yeah.
We're getting off topic, though.
Back to the Cowboys.
Back to the Cowboys,
America's
unfortunately.
team.
The America's team, yeah.
They do have the best offensive line in the NFL, and if you have a great offensive line, you have a chance to beat anybody. They gave Seattle everything they wanted last year. They're a good team. They're just if anything happens, Jerry Jones can always go to Johnny Manziel.
You can always go to Johnny Manziel, and at least they will get on ESPN Sports Center.
Absolutely.
Every day.
And with them signing Greg Hardy, you know that the Cowboys do not care about off-the-field issues as long as they think they can win. I mean, Jerry Jones has the biggest
I don't even think
ego.
it has a matter. I don't even really think it matters if they win. Like, if it just gets them in the headlines at that point in time, like, does it really seem as it matters with Jerry Jones that much? Like,
I think he wants to win. Jerry Jones wants to win. He wants to get number 6. As of right now, the Cowboys have 5. The Steelers have 6. The Cowboys want to be known as the greatest organization out there. So that they're going to try their best to step it up and get that.
Go ahead.
I think Bubba was
Carry on.
was that your beer signal?
Yes.
Is that, okay. Is that the official beer signal so I can start using that?
So that's the Cowboys in the NFC East. Now we'll move on to the AFC East with the New England Patriots. The mighty New England Patriots.
All my answers for any questions that are about to be asked are yes.
Yes.
Yes and yes.
Yes, and
Yes.
Patriots.
Okay.
I'm
I'll play the devil's advocate. They will be out without Tom Brady for the first 4 games.
So
So
So you don't think any one of the other teams can step it up with Tom Brady being out for 4 games?
they have the chance to lose 4 games without Tom Brady. I say they lose 1.
After that,
During
that stretch.
1 during that 4 weeks, and then after that, it's just cake.
They open up on a Sunday night against Arizona, who was in the NFC title game. That's a loss. That's a loss right there. That Arizona is better than New England without Tom Brady. So that's a loss. Other than that, they have Miami, they have Buffalo, and they have Houston.
Look up.
So
Who they're
they have 1 loss. Thanks.
1 loss.
Thanks for helping me break my point, CJ. I
Okay,
appreciate
so
it.
you don't think that Miami
Miami
at
is
full
shit.
strength?
No, at full strength, they're shit.
No.
Let's talk about that with Miami for a minute. I mean,
Let's talk.
Tannehill,
Shit.
Yeah. So we're just going with shit. He's just terrible. Like,
Yeah, he is.
You don't think
he's
he's-
a
you don't-
crybaby? He's just shit. I don't think he's good at all.
And
I
you
don't think Miami needs to waste any more time with that dude. They need to move on with someone better, productive.
Understood.
Better
You don't think-
understand. He's just crap.
And you don't think
He's not crap. He's
you don't-
okay.
Garbage.
You don't think the addition of Arian Foster and their
Oh, great. So he
them
might.
drafting,
I
Kenyon Drake?
guarantee that he will be injured for that one game when they play New England because of some sort of hamstring issue from the 5th fucking grade or whatever. He was great that first 2 years. If you played fantasy and picked him up, you were a fucking awesome guru. Now he's just worthless. He's freaking might as well be freaking the other
And
bum
you don't
in Dallas
believe
right now.
You don't believe the Kenyon Drake draft that's going to help them out in any at all.
Miami is garbage.
They have
So Miami is
JJ,
garbage, so
Miami's not.
the
Nothing
greatest
is
running
changing
back
there.
of all time.
Nothing changed in Miami from last year to this year. Put it that way. Nothing's changed. It's the same team,
So we're pretty much
No.
looking at the New England Patriots.
in my opinion.
going 3-1 during this time without Tom Brady.
And I'm
No,
not a Patriots fan, by the way.
I love the
But I
Patriots.
appreciate what they do.
I love the Patriots. I say they go 2-2. They're going to lose to either Miami or Buffalo. Miami beat the Patriots last year at the end of the year. I think Miami will do it again.
See, I was thinking 2-2 with myself. I think Miami will get them one time. I think Arizona will
Someone
get them
write
one
that
time,
shit
so-
down.
I will say it right now. Miami will beat New
It doesn't
England.
be written down that we're
I don't know
broadcasting.
what week it
Well,
is,
then-
but I'll say it's
So in this-
the first 4 games. Miami plays New England. Miami will win behind JJ scoring 3 touchdowns. It's
Three of
on
them?
record. 3.
3? Okay.
3.
I like
He
it.
went to Boise State, one of the greatest colleges of all time.
CJ, even though he's wearing a Hawaii shirt, is a closet Boise State
Go
fan.
Warriors.
Big time Boise State fan. So
They have a blue field.
they do have a
That
blue
is
field
an advantage over everybody.
because they have a blue field.
Correct.
Okay. I mean, I
Most
like it.
people
It's
are used
cool.
to the
Like,
green
I mean,
field. When they go on the blue field, they get confused and they lose.
Do you know that the green swimming pool is actually an advantage to Olympic divers? Do you hear about the green swimming pool, by the way?
I heard about that. The whole algae thing.
Do you know it was
Why-
an advantage for them?
Why?
Because when they're doing their flips rotations, they get confused between the sky and the water because everything's both the same color. But when it was green, they knew exactly where the water was when they're doing their flip rotations, and it helped them get better dives.
Is
No
that a
kidding.
serious thing that you're saying
That's what
right
the
now?
divers were saying. They said, yeah, it looked like a swamp and it was gross, but the weird thing was when we were flipping, you could tell exactly when the water was and you know, where it been positioning. Could you imagine just flipping around like that? Everything just starts looking the same, especially the water's clear, the sky's clear, whatever.
Yeah.
But when you start seeing this big green thing, you're like, that's the water. Okay, and you can position themselves better to get a perfect dive.
I saw something about that shit today on ESPN2, I think it was, whenever I was at Planet Fitness working out, and they were like showing this green fucking this pool. I had no idea what it was about, and now I guess I do. So
By the
thank
way,
you.
I just looked at the live chat, and I actually do like Buffalo this year, though. I think Buffalo is looking
Where can you
pretty
see
good.
the live chat? I keep missing it.
I don't need to get updates from people, so I just do that.
Oh, okay.
No, honestly though, no. When you go to the thing, you
Oh,
can
yeah,
just.
look at this first.
Oh,
What's
nice.
that right there?
The Go Broncos. That's actually, I think that's my sister. Yeah.
What was that? Okay, Marissa, CC.
All of
Yeah,
CJ's
that's-
people are just commenting in like,
Our producer happens to be a Raiders fan, so Go Broncos. I don't think they'll repeat by any chance. They don't have a quarterback, so.
dude, they got Sanchez, man. Like
well,
the
he's-
mighty Sanchez.
He's sorry. They need to play Paxton Lynch right away. That defense. Oh, it doesn't matter. That defense is so good. You can put anybody back there, and he'll do awesome.
Still at least made the playoffs, probably.
Yeah. I don't know. I think they will.
Be interesting.
Yeah. So on record, you're saying the Patriots are winning this division by
Yes.
far.
Yeah, easily.
Even with Brady missing 4 games.
Yeah, I think
It's
they win.
pretty much inconsequential is what I'm trying to say.
Since 2001, the Patriots have not won the division 2 times. 2008 and I think it was 2005.
Okay.
I think this year the Patriots will lose the division to the Dolphins.
To the Dolphins.
To the Dolphins of Miami
So
football.
so you're saying right here, right now, Miami Dolphins take the AFC East.
Correct.
Okay.
Tannehill is going to take them to where he needs to go, which is a first-round exit due to the Houston Texans.
Heard that. Okay.
But he will make the playoffs. The Dolphins will make the playoffs. I'm putting it on record right now. Dolphins, playoffs right now.
I like it. Okay. So moving back.
Although, if they win the division, they'll go to the second round, so I'm sorry.
Okay. Well, moving back on then, back to the NFC East, the New York Giants. The fucking Giants of New York. Quite
the effing Giants.
because they are the fucking Giants, okay?
Really redundant.
If the question is better or worse than last year, I will say better than last year.
I will
Better
say
than last
better
year.
as well.
Yeah, me too.
You know, they spent the most amount of money in the NFL offseason with $108 million in guaranteed money with
Yeah, we were
3
just talking about
players.
that before we got here. Yeah.
Yep, Olivier Vernon from Miami. They also signed Janoris Jenkins from St. Louis, and they signed this other guy who I don't know who that is,
This other guy, I don't know who it is.
but
Yeah,
he's good.
By the way, we have a contender who's saying, yes, Keith Elite in the live chat, who I know, he's a good friend of mine. He says that the Giants win the NFC East. Now he is a homer.
Yes,
That's a fact. I can tell you that. But I honestly think that they have a pretty good chance.
I do
If-
too.
Probably the chance.
Well, they got Sterling Shepard. They, actually Eli Manning had the best year last year of his entire career under Ben McAdoo as the offensive coordinator.
Who's now the head coach?
head coach?
Now. Yeah.
He threw 35 touchdowns. I think it was like 11 interceptions, something small like that. Their defense didn't do them any help last year.
No,
That's why
not
they
at
spent
all.
so much money.
I didn't even know Coughlin was gone.
Yeah, he's gone.
Yeah, he's gone, by the way, Kenny.
fuck you, the
And-
GM.
He's gone. No,
I hate to interrupt, but I am not ignoring you, Rob Zilla. You're my boy. I'm representing Dolphins for you.
Is he in
I'm
the
not
box?
representing Gators, but whatever. But the Giants have a good shot of anybody. I haven't made my official NFC East prediction yet, but
But
they might be it. They might
with-
be it.
with all these predictions about the Giants, I mean, do you think that because you are a fantasy guy,
Correct.
with Odell Beckham is like poised to be like one of the best like wide receivers in the NFL right now.
He will be.
Do you believe he puts up the best numbers out of anybody else wide receiver wise in the NFL this year? Do you believe that Odell Beckham Jr.?
Yes. The only two that have a shot is Julio Jones and Antonio Brown, and I think OBJ takes that next step to be the number one player.
So that gives the Giants at least a good shot at least making a run for the division this year.
Absolutely. No one has gone back to back in the NFC East since 2003 and 2004 when the Philadelphia Eagles did it. So that division is wide open. The Redskins won it last year, but they got, some issues themselves, and it was a close race. It's always a close race. The division's wide open, and OBJ is probably, I'm not going to say probably, he's the top wide receiver in the NFL right now.
The only problem that he has is he has Eli Manning, who's both one of the greatest and worst quarterbacks of all time at the same time. I don't know how he does it.
I don't disagree with that.
I'm just going to throw it out there. Bobo did a fantasy draft for me one time because I had my band had a show in Panama City this one night. It was about, was it 2012? Mm-hmm. Bobo did a fantasy draft for me because I had to miss it, obviously. And you drafted me Eli Manning.
I did, because he has upside and downside and upside and downside in the same game. It's crazy, but he can give you 2 points in the fourth quarter. All of a sudden, you end up with 38 points in your fantasy team. It's just weird.
Understood.
But that's what he does. It's a risk, though, but, you get him the later rounds, he's worth a try.
And then negative 36 at the end of the fourth.
I hate to interrupt.
That's Eli, dude. That's how he is.
I hate to interrupt, guys, but my inside sources say that Olympic diving is indoors, I believe. No sky indoors. So,
hey,
green and blue shouldn't matter. So
you know what?
That's what my inside sources are telling me.
First off, your inside source can suck my cock. First off. Second off, I'll pull it up right now. I'll even read it up out loud.
Feel free. I
am feeling free. Look at me as I feel free.
That is not my opinion. I'm just reciting what my inside sources are telling me.
Don't recite trash.
Who are these inside sources?
A good journalist never gives up his sources.
It sounds like the person you're talking to is a bad journalist. So that way you should be giving up as a source, or her. Look, I literally read it today. Unless the Olympic diver doesn't know what he's doing, because I'm sure this person on your fucking messenger knows more about diving than some guy that got third place in the Olympics. Fuck off.
I love third place champions. So, as you know, I am the defending third place champion. So I love third place.
Yeah. Well,
yeah, you're not.
You are about some third place.
You're not the first loser. You are the best loser.
Okay, so moving back over to the AFC East, we have not covered the Bills yet, have we? Not really. I know Bubba made a mention about them, but okay.
Nobody circles the wagon.
Okay, the fucking Buffalo Bills.
Chris Berman's retiring, by the way. It's
Raiders.
CJ, before me and you got here, we saw
one
the
moment,
Buffalo
please.
Bills.
1 moment. It was so green. British diver.
Back up.
Tanya Koch, who finished 5th with Louise Tomlinson in the women's 10-meter platform, said that as the sun went down, it looked worse. But Koch did say the water had one unexpected benefit. It made it easier for divers to isolate the surface as they spun through the air because it was bright fucking green. Indoors, outdoors, I don't fucking care if you have barn doors. It worked for them, and it helped, and they were able to get their scores.
Okay.
Carry on.
So, Bobo won you 0.
No, I would say that's a fluke, and where they swam is not Olympic.
Doesn't matter.
No, it's
they're
not
divers,
Olympic.
And they're Olympic quality divers.
It's not Olympic.
And she's British.
It doesn't matter if she's British.
It matters to me.
It is not Olympic quality swimming right there.
Yep.
Just a little bit.
Okay.
Especially when you get excited.
Yeah, we get excited.
I have a hype mic zone, and I keep breaking the threshold of my hype mic zone.
It happens.
When I get hype, I
Don't
break
cross
the
the
zone.
threshold, sir.
Well, don't read bullshit to me in the middle of my
It's not bullshit. It is legit sources
No,
from someone that knows what they're talking about.
No, they did not. Do they dive? Did this motherfucker dive yesterday?
He
'Cause
shaves
she
his
did.
legs.
She
He knows
did.
what he's talking about. Or she. I'm not giving up my sources.
Angry black man at the airport.
Is that what that is right
I
there?
didn't know what. No, that was just me listening to shit and not dealing with it.
It's not shit. it was
Yes,
a
it
legit
was.
source.
No, a diver in the Olympics is the most legit source you could possibly get about Olympic diving.
I don't buy it.
They're in the Popeye
I do not buy it.
CJ's just not having
He
it.
just picked up his phone and said garbage and pretends it to be source.
Dude, wasn't that how you got your shit? Like,
No,
you picked
no,
up your
that
phone
was
and you
not
read
how
like
I-
something like.
No, this was legit source. Legit.
Oh, well, I'm staying out of this one then. So,
It's
It's
fine.
okay. You're supposed to be the middleman here.
well, actually, I'm on the side, so you're technically in the middle.
Touche.
Yeah,
This
in
guy
your
is
face.
Dunzo.
Oh, and
I'm
by the way,
That was
by the
either-
way, your source
up, back
also doesn't realize. Can you tell me, is that a fucking cloud? Is that a fucking cloud? Is that a cloud?
That is a cloud,
I
yes.
apologize, y'all. That
Do
can't
clouds
see this,
happen
but-
inside of buildings? Do they happen inside of buildings?
Not
If
usually.
it's
Maybe
open,
in Brazil they do, I guess.
If the
Whoever
ceiling's
their
open.
source is, please stop giving CJ bad information. It's making our show look bad. Thank you. Carrying on.
Next time,
Jesus.
No.
So,
No,
Wait,
it's not even
he's-
angry.
he's-
It's just
hey.
fact, black man.
No,
Call me
it's not-
fact,
that's-
black
Light's
man.
gonna come
No,
down,
hold on.
circling with alert noises.
Good lord, this dude is literally giving you a mouthful of shit.
Alert, alert.
No, this is not Olympic.
This it is.
It's not Olympic.
Is this showing a red and green pool? What did you?
It's-
Did
well,
someone
this-
pee in the pool?
CJ,
somewhere?
I'm
Someone needs
begging
to
you,
clean
bro.
that
Just
pool.
admit defeat and let's move
Yeah.
on.
I will
We
never
move on
admit defeat.
now
My
after
source
my
is still
victory.
my source is still right.
Your source sucks.
My
All
source
right,
is still right.
we're moving on. The Buffalo fucking Bills. The Buffalo Bills.
I generally do like the Bills, even though I said
I
they're
do
gonna lose
too.
to the.
Actually, I wish
Both
they
of
would.
just come in. I like the Bills.
I wish they
I
would have
do.
won one of those Super Bowls.
I mean, as far as like how good they're doing and if they're on the rise most of my comments I'm gonna make about this sort of thing. Just it's kind of early days for me still,
Yeah.
so I'm gonna give you mostly a rise or decline in what I think they're gonna do compared to last year, and I'm pretty sure Buffalo's gonna definitely do rise and do better than they did last year. The only thing is though, they're up against a lot of other teams, and that's gonna
they
be
haven't
doing
made the
better
playoffs.
as well. So
They haven't made the playoffs since 1999.
I mean,
Do they break that this year?
yeah, but they're definitely a different team than they were in 19.
I'm going to step
over
in
the
and I'm going to say
years.
this real quick because this is true to life and I've got to get this out. The funny thing about the AFC East is that they're home with the two. They're going to do good this year teams, the Bills and the Dolphins, which never do shit no matter
Yes.
what anybody says about them.
That is true.
That's our
especially the
producer, Kenny,
Dolphins
making a rare appearance
because they're
there.
shit.
You better want to have a mic.
But no,
My source says he was right about the Aussie team. By the way,
Oh, ooh, good for him.
the,
just saying,
the
right?
Aussie team.
My source. I'm not telling anybody who it is, but
Please
my
don't.
source was right. And he was still right. I don't care. I don't care about.
Look, trust me, viewers, I will
Yeah.
find who this source
You're
is.
playing
and
this
discuss
one
this
the
for
next
source
week.
three.
is
Great.
he knows who he's talking about, or she, or
Okay,
she.
so one interesting thing that happened with the Buffalo Bills this year or this offseason, it probably means nothing, but it could mean everything. Reggie Bush, nothing or everything.
I love him, but garbage.
God, there
Garbage.
must be a Saints fan in the building. What are you talking about?
Because
It
it's
means
news
nothing.
about a fucking team that's not going to win the division.
Okay.
so-
His movement to anywhere in the NFL universe means absolutely nothing.
Okay, I agree. No, trust me, I agree.
I'm sorry, those days are done.
Okay,
He's
there-
cool though.
Hey,
He's a cool guy.
he
I
did
had to
his
deal with
fucking
him,
job.
but-
He won us a Super Bowl, so we're good.
he was
Yeah.
a great player for us. I'm not a Saints fan. I am a Saints fan. I don't
See,
want to be
you're not a
biased.
Saints fan?
I don't want to be biased, but he did a great job for us. I'm not a homer. The Bills' major problem is they lost their top two draft picks this offseason
Yeah, Reggie
with
Ragland.
Shaq Lawson and Reggie Ragland. That's their top two picks, who they thought would make a major impact on their defense this year. They still have Tyrod Taylor, who showed promise. They got a great wide receiver in Sammy Watkins. Charles Clay's a good tight end. They need to make the next step and finally break through that playoff barrier. It's been 16 years since they've made the playoffs. Last time they were in the playoffs was the Music City Miracle, which maybe my source would enjoy because he or she may be a Titans fan. But
I now know who the source is.
no,
but
no,
okay.
I didn't give too much away.
Hi,
Well,
source.
hey, source, I'll just let you know you can call in at the hotline
Yeah,
up
right.
here and let us in on your
Help
vast
our,
knowledge and information.
Our time is getting a little bit low.
There you are.
So
Hopefully, you're not the guy that got confused with whether pints. Well, never mind. I'm not going to discuss that yet. But if you're that guy, call in, please.
with our time,
It may not be a guy. I told you my source
Well,
is not.
If it's a guy who likes to play
so,
trivia,
CJ, with our time getting a little bit low,
Yes.
We're almost
Who's
out.
your fantasy duds and studs for the Buffalo Bills?
For
13 minutes.
okay,
You started late, just remember.
Yeah.
so I'm confused. Okay, when we passed the Patriots and the Cowboys, so I'm gonna go back to them. My fantasy stud and dud for the Cowboys. My fantasy stud, we're, by the way, ignoring the obvious, so Des Bryant's not included. Terrence Williams for the Cowboys. I think he's going to take the next step. And I hate to say this, I'm going to go on record, but I think my boy from Ohio State, Ezekiel Elliott, will not have a good season.
You don't think so?
Nope. He's going to be drafted early. I feel like he's not going to come up and deliver.
Okay.
For the Patriots, I'm going to say my fantasy stud, besides Gronk,
Julian.
well, I mean, Julian
He's
aside.
a keeper in one of my leagues.
So he's more like a sleeper pick of yours, I guess, then?
No,
Not the
Julian, no.
obvious choice, but
No, he's not the obvious
No, I'm
choice.
saying what you're going to give us is your
Hey,
sleeper pick for that team, then.
Yeah.
Not your obvious, not the obvious player, but your sleeper, like, hey, get this guy. He's going to have great value. Pick. Okay.
I say my boy LeGarrette Blount is gonna come back healthy and do well for the Patriots.
Okay.
And then my dud, I'm gonna go ahead and say this: lower your expectations for Gronkowski. His numbers are gonna go down big time. Without
Are you
Brady.
saying that
they-
because of the 4 weeks without Tom Brady?
Yes.
Oh,
Once Brady comes back, he'll be okay.
So,
But
okay.
his numbers will not be what you expect him to be.
He's a tight end that can catch. He'll bail out He'll bail out a backup quarterback.
I just don't. I have no faith in Garoppolo, and he's going to be the starter. The Patriots are going to go 2-2 at best.
Do you know that most quarterbacks that have a P in their name actually do really well when they come in as a backup quarterback?
I want to see the stats for that.
I've just
sir.
made that completely up.
Yeah, I want to see your sources.
I just want you to go and have your buddy texting about that.
It may or may not be a buddy. It could
So
be a
the,
female. There's my sources are not to be disclosed.
So what's your fantasy studs and duds for the Bills?
For the Bills, Mike Gillespie is my fantasy stud
Really?
because LaShawn McCoy has been hurt. The other guy from Florida State, I can't think of his name.
He's
He's
got
I
in trouble
think,
for bullshit.
yeah,
right?
and I think he gained like 40 pounds in the offseason.
He's good though, dude. I mean, he's like.
And then
fantasy-wise-
Charles Clay is going to be my fantasy dud for that team.
I can see
Everybody drafts him early, and he's going to be a dud. He
Well, so
killed me
what do you
last
think
year.
And then
Sammy
your,
Watkins will do this year.
that. Your last
think
one
s-
that we haven't covered is the Giants.
Giants, Sterling Shepard is going to be my fantasy stud.
I can see that.
And then, I think Rashad Jennings is going to be my fantasy dud. You
Oh,
can't
yeah.
seem to stay healthy. I like to see them get more consistent at the running game.
I can see that. Okay. I guess the next team we need to move on to would be the Washington Redskins.
Should we say that name? Is that okay?
I mean, it's according to South Park, it is okay.
Okay.
Is okay. According to South Park, it is okay to say the Washington Redskins. So the Redskins.
Talking to the mic, man.
So the Redskins.
Defending NFC East champions.
That they are, and they had quite an interesting offseason with their whole quarterback situation. RG3 is no longer there. Finally, he's now a Brown, who's going to be a starter over there. FY.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, shit. Like, what does this team have going for them that's really going to make them relevant in this division right now? Like,
Well, they have Kirk Cousins, who led the league in touchdowns down the stretch.
Yeah.
Didn't throw many interceptions. Also was very accurate. Led the league in accuracy, passing accuracy.
it helps to have Deshaun Jackson, over there. But
Well, I mean, Deshaun Jackson wasn't that huge for him. I mean, they had Jordan Reed down the stretch.
yeah, he was
Matt
easily a
Jones.
top 5 tight end last year.
Yeah, I mean, he was money down the stretch. Matt Jones is coming up from Florida. He's going to be their starter. And they also shored up their defense a little bit by signing Josh Norman, who was being courted by the Saints and the Redskins, and he chose the Redskins. I feel like they have just as good a chance of anybody to win that division. It's wide open. As long as their defense can kind of go along with what the offense is building, I think they should be fine. They had Jay Gruden as their coach, kind of leading the way behind that. I think they at least 9-7, 10-6, honestly.
Bobo, what do you have to think about all that? With the Washington Redskins.
Oh, man, I don't even know where to begin with those guys.
That sounds so painfully miserable
It
the way you
does.
say
Like,
that.
First off, I hate discussing those guys, the Philadelphias and the fucking Washingtons and the Cowboys. It's just,
So the
But,
first episode of this
oh,
show,
no,
we
man.
talk about all the teams you just
I
can't
know.
stand to talk
But
about.
honestly, you guys focus on teams I just would rather shit on rather than discuss. But
We'll
let's
shit
see.
on them then. Fuck it.
Washington.
Dude, feel free to
What
shit
is
on
the
him.
upside downside, as I like to say? I think it's going down. I don't know what the hell's going on over there right now. As far as like offense, I don't like it. No, I think they're going to be crap. Shit and crap.
Just crap and shit. That's basically what we're looking at with the Washington Redskins.
Yeah.
So Josh Norman will do nothing to bolster like
No, I
potential
don't
like
think
playoff
anything.
runs. Like,
There's these teams out there, right?
Hmm?
This is just how I feel. But there's these teams out there that just get this, I don't know, it's like a stigmatism, this thing they have where it's just, they're just perpetually going to be shit for a while.
No matter who they sign.
They're just shit. They just can't get out of this shithole. They can sign, they go out and sign these big names, and everyone's like, I mean, how many people have you seen Washington Redskins sign in the past 10 years? Like big names and big draftees and all this
Yeah, I
stuff.
wanna s- yeah,
What's
I-
happened? Shit.
Well, that's-
Coaches,
That's all.
bringing all
ownership,
these
man.
big name coaches and stuff. Oh, what can we got? Blah, blah, blah. And it's just like, stop already, dude. Just completely change everything, change your entire culture. I'm not just talking about the Redskin logo. I could give a fuck. Just
I mean, the
change
Browns-
everything about the
look at
Redskins.
the Browns. They've signed a bunch of fucking people over the years and have done.
Yeah,
nothing
it's
with
like,
it.
these teams just get in this weird mode where they just want to like keep redoing the same thing over and over again and just perpetually being shit.
It seems like
And
the
Redskins,
Bengals.
to me,
It seems like the
is one of
Bengals
those
tried that
teams.
too, where they were signing a bunch of star players,
But
and it
they
didn't work
finally
out.
started to break out of that.
And then they
They're
actually went to,
breaking out
like,
now. They're actually like developing
players,
talent,
yeah.
going for people, doing things.
They might have
Stuck with their coach, worked rather than trying to hire some name, and now they're getting around it. Now they are a decent team. Those
Easily.
teams, those Washington's, Philadelphia, man, just God, I can't stand them. I'm sorry, they just
Okay,
annoy
so-
me.
Yeah, I'm not
So
a
there's
fan
my
of the
opinion.
team either, but I do think they're on the upswing, and I like the moves they've been making. And if they actually give Kirk Cousins the ball and give him the confidence that he needs, and hey, you're our guy, they have a good chance to go as far as they want. Especially in the division, it's wide open.
I give them 5 wins, maybe 6.
You're insane.
All right,
You
so
are absolutely insane.
we've got 2 teams left to cover, and then we're done for the night. Our next one is the Philadelphia Eagles. The Philadelphia Eagles. This is always a fun team to talk about. They've been a fun team to talk about since they drafted, or since they picked up Tebow, I guess. But
Fun
well, shit,
fact.
they've been fun for a long time because they. Well, I mean, they're garbage, right? Like,
Fun fact: I've seen them lose twice in the Superdome, and it was great both times.
well, what
Their
hap-
fans are obnoxious, and I hate them.
Well, coming
That's the
from
one
a Saint-
thing
coming,
about 'em I
coming,
do like.
coming from a Saints fan, who won the game between the Eagles and the Saints last?
The Eagles kicked our ass
Yes, they did. All right. Anyways,
in the playoffs. Who won?
well,
last
the
two
playoffs,
times.
the Saints beat them. Yeah, and we apparently could not win a game on the road in the playoffs, but
Yeah, except for John Davis. You're an Eagles fan. If you're out there, I'm sorry, but
Anyways.
we kicked your ass. I
So-
still love you, buddy.
So the Eagles this year, where do we start with the Eagles this year? Like,
I
I
mean,
guess quarterback maybe. Like,
they gave up their whole future
Yeah.
for Carson Wentz.
yeah,
They gave up so many draft picks to get this dude.
they must be feeling good about it. Which I mean, the guy did great in college, obviously. Which I mean, we said that about a million fucking people over the years. But I
Yeah.
mean, they feel good about it, and he's got an okay receiver selection. He's got a great
Jordan Matthews sucks. He killed my fantasy team last year. I hate him.
CJ, by the way, like throughout this whole show, you're gonna understand that if these players don't do well for his fantasy team, he fucking hates them. Absolutely hates them.
Fantasy
So-
Sports Update with this dick. CJ?
And there you go. Yes. He's not a fan of players that screw him in fantasy. In fact, he'll hold it against him for pretty much the rest of their career. But anyways, so other than him, wide receivers over there in Philadelphia, do you think they're going to complement this new quarterback, this rookie quarterback that's poised to start over in Philadelphia?
Yes.
Just a simple yes.
Yes, they will. As much shit as I was talking about Jordan Matthews, he's a great receiver, and as long as he can hold on to the ball and stop dropping them as much, he'll do well for them.
Bubba?
That's a tough one, man. I think. I guess I'll give them upside. I guess they're going to do better.
We'll get it all zoned in eventually.
But
I know.
like, I think when my little rant about the Redskins pretty much explains how I feel about all these guys. But they'll be better.
Heard.
I'll give them better.
Do you think Darren Sproles have a good year again?
No.
No?
No, he's done.
So Darren Sproles is done? Okay.
He's just a guy that runs around really fast in a circle now.
On
He's small.
topic,
This guy
but
is
off
Gonzo.
topic,
My mom's favorite player, though, by the way.
is the
Heard.
NFC East y'all's least favorite NFC division?
It's looking that way, I
But
guess,
honestly,
because we
for
all
me-
just seem to hate all.
I honestly think it is. I didn't
I
realize
mean,
it
like-
until just now.
I don't like any of these teams. I mean, I'm sorry to anybody that happens to be a fan of these teams, but I can't find myself rooting for them unless it benefits my team. Like, to be honest with you.
Understood entirely.
2 minutes.
It's a different.
all right, we got
different
2
culture
minutes,
going on up there too with those teams, man. It's just different. It's not the same.
You know,
We have 2 minutes left, so let's get this out of the way really fast because this is an easy team to bury fast. The New York Jets.
yes.
The AFC East New York Jets. And this is a team that is talked about constantly every fucking year because usually it's because of Rex Ryan. He's not fucking there anymore, but yet here we are talking about him. Ryan Fitzpatrick is
I
back
like
by
the
some divine
Ryan
miracle.
Fitzpatrick
Actually, yeah.
and Brandon Marshall combination. I like it.
Yeah, I do
I
too.
like it. It's
I think,
actually
yeah.
it's offense, which the Jets have not had.
They don't have a Chris Ivory over there anymore now.
No, they
Like,
don't have that.
But they got Matt Forte.
That's right. You're right.
They got
do
Matt
have
Forte,
They do
they
have
got Kyrie
Yeah.
Robinson.
a slightly elder but wiser Matt
He's a good
Forte,
pass catcher out of the
but he
backfield.
is a great pass catcher at the backfield, and
So-
he's been hurt a little bit, but he keeps himself in good shape for an older
Sure.
running back too. So we'll see.
Well, so to end it on a good note, how do we feel about the New York Jets this year? Playoffs or no?
Second place in the division, maybe a wild card.
Yeah,
Hello?
I'd say that sounds about right. Actually,
Yeah.
Second
I'll
place
give 'em
wild
that.
card. I'm gonna go ahead and agree to myself. Second place wild card.
And I guess this was our first show.
Yeah, that was
was
the
the
first
fun
show.
show. Thank you,
Y'all, thank y'all very
people
much.
that stuck around for the entire show. You guys are great.
Yeah, feel free to subscribe.
Yeah, I guess you're supposed to like it and subscribe.
Yeah,
and stuff,
like
'cause
and
Like the
subscribe.
Facebook page.
Thumbs up.
Make sure you
pay
watch
We
our
just
attention
got
to
another
producer
like.
show, the Pimpy K
Yeah,
show on
that
person
Tuesdays.
with the like.
Pimpy K Multiverse Network.
I can't see the like
going on.
chat, but I'm sure there's people saying fun
Dude, I
things.
want to see that like chat.
There it is.
I just turned it off and shit went to hell.
Okay, so
I
where are we,
can't see Pierce. My
where are we
eyesight's apparently
broadcasting
getting worse
from?
as I
Someone
get
said
older.
that must be Keith. It's not Keith. That's not my source.
I'm pretty sure that's your source.
It is not my. I do.
I'm pretty
okay.
sure that's your source.
I do say Nelson Aguilar. He killed me. I hate that guy. He should be good because I hate him. So.
All right. Guys, we'll see y'all 8 p.m. next Wednesday on the Underground Pub Show. Thank y'all very much for tuning in.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Peace out.